Hello everyone, this is Timothy Mark with Alexandria,
Hey everybody.
and we're going to talk about empath and demon hunting. So let's start with empath first.
Empath is, there's a lot of confusion in what an empath is. Right away people think about psychics and mediums. Psychics and mediums I don't believe to be completely genuine or authentic. There's people that use psychics and mediums, a dial-up service or with technology today over the computer. I really don't think that somebody can tell you something over the phone or over the computer. I mean, that's just me. I mean, people having to call in and paying hundreds of dollars for some kind of a reading, I really don't believe in that. If that was the case, we would all know the winning lottery numbers, as everybody's probably tired of hearing me say that, but if that was true, we would all have winning lottery numbers. What an empath is an ability that either you could be born with or you acquire it along your life's journey, and an empath is being able to feel vibrations from earth, vibrations from objects, and vibrations from people. So empaths can be highly misunderstood as antisocial people, people that are very quiet, or, you know, she looks like she's a real bee or whatever because she doesn't talk to people. People have to really come to understand what an empath is. It's just like the easiest way that I always tell people, it's like you're being torpedoed with constant energy from everything around you. Crowds, shopping malls is a very bad place to be because you're picking up emotions, vibrations, and energies from everything around you. And if there's a lot of negative vibrations, you're picking that onto yourself, and it can become physically and mentally debilitating to the point where you get physically ill as well. So an empath really is picking up energy, emotions, vibrations from anything that is able to exert any kind of those things. So it can be difficult, it can be a hard road to travel, but I mean, it is a gift and a curse. So it's two sides of the coin, meaning you try and help people as much as you can by picking up vibrations or reading people, and then the curse or the downside, the other side of the coin, is that you become physically ill, mentally ill sometimes, because you're just taking on energy, and you appear to the outside world as antisocial, negative person, when if people would just take the time to educate themselves on what an empath is and the signs, or even symptoms, I mean, you would get a better understanding of what an empath is. And I mean, as everything else, empaths have been around since the beginning of time, being able to, I'm sure even John Dee was actually considered an empath too when he was dealing with Queen Elizabeth I and, trying to pick up different vibrations and what have you.
Okay, with demon hunting, I hope that answered everybody's questions on empath.
It's a Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, kind of a short version. With demon hunting, I recommend that you don't do it and you give us a call, 512-822-8135. There is a charge, because if you have, let's say you have rodents in your home, you call the pest control man, right? Well, guess what? He's going to give you a bill. If you have demons in your home, I'm going to give you a bill too. If you really have demons in your home, give us a call and we'll come get rid of them. But it's going to cost you money to have that done. So I know the title was kind of a teaser on demon hunting, but one of the things that you got to recognize whenever you do mess with demons is that they can affect you in very negative ways. They can take over your body, your mind, cause you to act ways that you wouldn't ordinarily act, cause you to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. So, we ran into a lady, it was her son that committed suicide, and he was doing all kinds of stuff that where he was going to end up actually hurting his family, and instead of hurting his family, he ended up killing himself. We're not going to name her name, but so I believe that in his instance there was a demon attached to him, and he decided to destroy the demon along with himself to stop hurting other people. So this is a very dangerous job that we do. It's a very serious job that we do, and it is a job. And so, give us a call. Go to our website, worldparanormalresearchsociety.org, and got anything else you want to add?
I think the most important thing for everybody out there to be aware of is educate yourself. Just don't go by one source. Just don't do a Google search on the internet, because the internet can stir you, drive you crazy. Read or do your homework on numerous sources, because there's been any of the topics that we cover, they've been covered on the internet or different books, but I mean...
But here's the thing, when it comes to demon hunting, they can research all they want, but when they first encounter a demon, I mean, they may or may not live through the situation, so...
everybody, depending on how mentally and physically strong you are, and I mean, it is something that takes a lot out of you, and it's not for everybody, folks. Like they always say, don't try this at home. I mean, make sure you're aware of what you're getting into, you're protected, and you know a little bit of what you're getting into. I mean, this isn't just a game for people to, decide on a Friday night or Saturday night you're going to be drinking with friends, and this is something that you're going to dabble in. This isn't for dabblers or people that have a kind of grotesque or bizarre curiosity. It has to go beyond that. You have to be serious, and you have to educate yourself. And I mean, through time, beginning of time, knowledge is power, power is knowledge. So they go hand in hand. Know your stuff and do your homework, as they say, on anything that you're going to go into, whether it's demonology or an empath or anything like that. Know what you're getting into before you get into it, because it could be too late.
When you become a demonologist, you might as well accept the fact that each location that you go to, each case that you take, could be your last case. You could die. So that's how serious this is. If you're being plagued by demonic activity, you would definitely want to give us a call and let the professionals come in and handle it, because this is nothing for the amateur. You messing with Ouija boards, stuff like that, it's not good. You need somebody that's going to be strong to come in there and cure the problem. However, we did do a house where we cured the problem, but then the people were still inviting more demons in after we left. They were doing it in the way that they were living their life and the things that they were bringing in their home. They would go do estate sales, and when you bring something home from somebody who just passed away, who knows if that person was good or bad, and then they would bring this stuff into their home by the carloads. You remember that?
Yeah, I mean, be very careful what treasures you bring past your doorway. Good idea to sage your stuff if you're going to flea markets, swap meets, garage sales. Maybe do a saging ceremony prior to bringing in somebody else's treasure into your home, because you have no idea what you're inviting into your doorway. I mean, buy some of our red brick dust and put it on your doorway before negative energy can't get in. But I mean, think on your feet, people. Don't be dazzled by, I'm going to get into magic and all this stuff. Think and be wise, and like I said, education is everything, and know what you're playing with. You're playing with fire, be prepared to get burnt.
You can get burnt dead in an instant. I mean, you could die quickly. So, we realize we take preparations for stuff that we do whenever we come to a location, and basically, the important thing to not acknowledge is that you cannot kill a demon, regardless of what you think. There's no killing a demon. You're only relocating the demon or trapping the demon. You're not going to destroy the demon. Only God can do that. And so, when God's ready to do that, He'll do that. So, so what I do is I will relocate the demon, or I'll do an attachment to an item, or I'll do an attachment to myself, which is very dangerous, to remove it from the location. Sometimes there's more than one demon in a location. So, yeah.
Just, word to the wise, just Make sure that you're mentally and physically in good condition as well, looking after your body is your temple, so honor your temple and make sure that you're looking after yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically, because you could be delving into uncharted territory, and it could play havoc in your life. And like I said, attachments can be very, very dangerous, and bringing unwanted entities into your life, where it can destroy your personal life, and it can just, alter you as a person. So just be careful, folks.
Most important thing to notice, if you call our number, you'll hear it on the voicemail where it says if you're suffering from severe demonic activity, to hang up the phone and pray. Prayer is very powerful. And, yeah, do that. And then give us a call. That's it for this one, right?
Yep.